Big Cat showed up tonight. The Big Cat showed up tonight. Huge road win against one of the top teams in the NHL. Doesn't get much better than that. In a shootout, 3-2. What a game. What a game against all odds. And I'll show you those odds here in a second because it takes a Vasilevsky to win a game like that. It was not pretty, but the boys found a way. So let's get into it. All right, so this was Tanner Jeannot's first game back. He missed 12-ish games, I believe. And back on that fourth line, back throwing hits, doing what Tanner Jeannot does. The Lightning end up getting the first goal of the game. That comes from Chernak, and Hagel and Surley on the assist. Puts it on net. Olmark, not great on his side. Puck leaks by and goes in. There was a whistle. It was reviewed. And Olmark just lets it go, so that's a good goal. Lightning up 1-0 early in this one. The first period was easily the slowest period of the game. Things ramped up as the game went on. Second period, third period. But there were some big chances. Vasi had to make some big saves in the first period. Kucherov had a one-on-one that ended up getting stopped by Olmark. And yeah, I mean, power plays for Boston. That's a lot of referees on the screen here. So a lot of penalties called, a lot of Boston power plays, and shout out to the penalty kill this game. They did what they had to do, along with Vasilevsky, of course, and they kept him in it big time. That first power play, I swear Boston was probably just in our zone for about a minute 40 of it, and we could not get it out. There was a couple times where Hedman just missed, and the puck stayed in. Vasi making saves. Before the end of the first, the Lightning do end up getting a power play with 44 seconds left, or 48 seconds left. And yeah, you can see right after the first period ended, goal, that's from Nikita Kucherov. Continues to put up points. He is the first guy officially in the NHL to now reach 90 points. So keeping that lead ahead of Nathan MacKinnon, who we will see on Thursday at Amalie Arena. That is a huge matchup. Kucherov, MacKinnon doesn't get much better than that. But Boston does answer back. That goal was from Charlie McAvoy from Pasta and Marchand. This is Marchand's 1,000th game in the NHL. Would say congratulations to him, but it's Marchand. So the Lightning end up getting a power play. They don't do anything with it. Then Boston ends up getting a power play. They get some chances, but do not score. And second period just goes back and forth, and eventually here is that next goal. Van Riemsdyk from Marchand again, his second assist of the game, and Pasta, second assist of the game. So obviously 2-2 now going into the third period, and look at this third period, dude. Hagel tripping, Chernak tripping, and then I think this was Glendening. Yeah, Glendening with a delay of game. And like I said, penalty kill, doing what they need to do. This was a terrible power play for the Lightning here on this Zacha tripping call. They got absolutely nothing going. It wasn't the greatest night for Kucherov, Point, and Stamkos. Obviously, we hold them to a very high standard, but Hagel, Sorelli, Paul, those guys did what they needed to do, forechecking and just keeping the pressure on the Bruins when they could cause that pressure, and it ended up making a difference and keeping the Lightning in it. There was a really funny moment when AC Mont like dives into Olmark and gives him like a elbow or a shoulder, and it's just like, AC Mont, what are you doing? What are you doing? You think that's not going to get called? Obviously, it gets called. All they do is take the goal off. They don't give AC Mont a penalty. Obviously, the crowd did not like that at all. And the funniest part was Olmark, after he gets pushed to the ground, he gets his stick and just like bops AC Mont in the head. Oh man, things got a little rowdy after that. There was a couple Hedman and McAvoy. Was it Hagel and Sorelli and Frederick? They were going at it. Stamkos and Frederick. It started getting rowdy. The crowd started to get into it. They were kind of quiet tonight for a Boston crowd up until the like halfway through that third period. But they did end up getting into it, and overtime, they were not happy in overtime. Once the game went into overtime, I'm not going to say content, but I mean, we got a point on the road against the Bruins. You take that when you can. obviously you want the win, and the Lightning, they played an interesting game in that overtime period. Very possession heavy. If they didn't see anything they liked, go out of the zone, circle back, make a pass, go back in the zone, see nothing they like, circle back, and the Boston crowd was giving it to them. It was funny. I enjoyed it. If it was the other way around, I'd be giving it to Boston. So it's kind of annoying. They made this 3-on-3 for a reason. They want it to be fast. The NHL does not want that. They want it to be fast. They want the game to end in overtime. They don't want shootouts. But obviously teams are gonna, evolve and find ways to do things that benefit them, and that benefited the Lightning. That last minute or so, Boston put the pressure back on them, and Vassy made some huge saves. The tip with Marchand, and I think Pasternak. Yeah, he was on. That was the big cat. There's Vasilevsky, and then there's the big cat. We got the big cat tonight. So going into the shootout, Braden Point, he switched things up. You see, Olmark was looking. I think people are starting to just know what Braden Point does in shootouts now. He flies at the goalie and just takes a super quick wrister. And today, Olmark was looking for that, and he kind of paused, went around him, put it in. Olmark, I give him props. He at least got a piece of it, but it still ends up going in, and I like that from Point, because I feel like even me, every time Braden Point is going in, I'm like, I know what's coming here, and honestly, it works a lot, but switched it up on him, ends up getting the goal, and Vasilevsky gives up no goals in the shootout. That guy's different when he's on his game, and a complete game changer. So let's go into the deserve to win-o-meter for the game. Looks about right to me. Yeah. Boston lost this one tonight. 71.7% chance to win after 1,000 simulations. Seems about right. Vasilevsky did his thing tonight. And expected goals, same story. 4.38 for Boston and 3 for the Lightning. Same story. Vassy did his thing. And the penalty kill. I think Boston had 6. Technically 6 tonight. Really only 5 because that one in overtime that lasted for like 2.5 seconds. So 1 for 5. Take that. We will take that. So let's look at maybe some scores around the league. I know the Maple Leafs played tonight, and then we can check the standings, and we can go from there. So, wow. Some blowouts tonight. So the Maple Leafs do win. The Avs are going to be coming in on Thursday with a win on the Capitals, 6-3. Islanders lost in a shootout, so they still do get a point. They're pretty close behind us in that wild card race, and that's what we like to see right now. Don't count your chickens before they're hatched, but 3-1 against the Oilers in Edmonton. Like the chances there. So there's some really good scores there for the Lightning in terms of standings. So now looking at the standings, we are 1 point ahead of the Maple Leafs. Obviously, they have 3 games in hand on us, so that will continue to make a difference until they end up catching up in terms of games or towards the end of the season. Let's take a look at the wild card race, because that is what really matters, because it's a battle. So same thing with the Red Wings. 3 games in hand on us. They have 60 points. And the Islanders at 57. Like I said, they got that 1 point tonight. So that's going to be it for this video. The Lightning play next on Thursday, like I said, 7 o'clock against the Avalanche. Kucherov, McKinnon. I said it earlier in the video. That is going to be so fun. Can't wait for that game. But yeah, that's going to be it for me. Let me know your thoughts on the game down in the comment section below. Please like, subscribe. Go Bolts. What a road win.